Great, okay. So I'm going to start just at the beginning again. This is Renee Webster Hawkins, the Executive Director of the California Pollution Control Financing Authority, and we welcome all of you to our CalCAP Lender Roundtable. Just in terms of housekeeping, if you have any questions about the content, please use the chat feature on this platform. Go ahead and enter your comment or your questions in real time, and then at the end of the prepared slides, we will go through the questions and respond to them. I want to let you know that in the room on this webinar, we have pretty much the entire CalCAP team. In addition to myself, we have our Deputy Executive Director, Elena Miller, our Outreach Manager, Janie Davis, our two CalCAP Program Managers, Bianca Smith and Doreen Smith, our Electric Vehicle Charging Station CalCAP Manager, Jason Bradley, and two analysts, Jacob Schaefer and Lisa Johnson, and others are also listening in and from their desks. So we're very glad that you all joined us this morning. We'll be very respectful of your time. And with that, we'll go through the slides. This is an overview of the agenda that we're going to cover. First, I'm going to cover the legislation that was recently signed by Governor Brown affecting two of our specialty programs. We are also going to give all of you a very brief program overview of each of our CalCAP programs, recognizing that we have some new lenders with us as well as some new loan officers with our existing lenders. So we just wanted to refresh your awareness of all of our programs and the key features of those programs in hopes that as these programs are taking off, those of you that would like to diversify into our other CalCAP programs know what they are, at least as a snapshot, and contact us to learn more and figure out how to participate. We're going to provide you the 2018 recapture numbers for our California Air Resources Board program and our small business program. We're going to talk a little bit about the need for any kind of training refresher on our programs. We're also going to highlight our CalCAP CARB one-stop events that have been successful in getting the word out about our CARB program, share with you some outreach updates, and then after that, we'll take your questions. So first, I'll cover the legislation. Assembly Bill 1547, authored by Assembly Member Quirk Silva, made some important changes to two of our newest programs that we hope will increase the desire by small businesses and qualified borrowers to participate in these programs, as well as those of you lenders to give you a little bit more flexibility in filling out your portfolio for these programs. First, the legislation made some changes to the definition of the term small business in our CalCAP Americans with Disabilities Act program. It increased the number of employees from 15 to 30 full-time equivalents to qualify for the ADA program. It also made a difference. Currently, under the small business ADA program, you needed to have, or a small business needed to have less than 15 employees and less than $5 million in annual revenues. Now it makes it an or. So in other words, a small business to be eligible for this program could have up to 30 full-time equivalents, or they could have up to $5 million in gross annual revenues. So let's say it's a business that had 29 employees, but their gross annual revenue exceeded $5 million. That program would now be eligible. For our CalCAP Seismic Safety Program, it modified the definition of a qualified building. It made some technical changes to the kinds of property that's eligible to address some concerns that building officials had, as well as property owners had, about the previous language. So now it includes property that's potentially vulnerable in an earthquake or built before 1981. It also removed the occupancy requirement from the definitions of a qualified business. It allows a qualified residential property owner or a qualified commercial property owner to passively own the property without having to be an occupant of the kind that applies in our regular CalCAP small business programs. We're hoping that those changes are going to make it easier for interested building officials to or building owners. I'm sorry, a little bit distracted here. Can you go back to the previous slide, Lisa? Thank you. And so it'll hopefully get building owners that are interested in our program now, but didn't qualify because of the passive real estate ownership restriction to come into the program. If any of you are interested in this program or already signed up and want a deeper discussion of these changes that provided the technical changes to a vulnerable building, added the passive real estate ownership, and also added a reference to eligible activities, including strengthening the building's lateral load resisting system, please give us a call. We can go into detail, but we hope that this is going to open up these programs so that these at-risk properties can get retrofitted and the tenants can remain safe. Okay, next slide. Those of you that follow our listserv, and I hope that's 100% of you, will have received a notice last week that we posted emergency regulations to implement these changes that Assembly Bill 1547 makes to these two programs. That's all that the emergency regulation package does. It puts those new definitions and restrictions and flexibilities into our regulations so that we can immediately start enrolling loans under the regulations that govern those programs. So you'll see we posted the notice of these emergency regulations last week on October 9th. Tomorrow, we will have a CPCFA board meeting, which is a public hearing where the package of emergency regulations will be heard by the board. Assuming that the board approves the package of emergency regulations, the next day we will file the package with the Office of Administrative Law. Following that will be a 5-day public comment period. If you have any concerns or comments about the language, please send them during that period. And then on October 28th, the Office of Administrative Law will conclude its review of the regulations along with any public comments it's received and hopefully approve the package so that those new definitions will go into effect by October 28th. Following that, beginning sometime in the month of November, we'll begin the regular rulemaking process to get those regulations in place and permanently, and we have until April 28th to finalize that regular rulemaking for those definitions. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Doreen to talk about our CalCAP Seismic Safety Program a little bit more in detail.
Good morning, this is Doreen Smith. Our CalCAP Seismic Safety Program is a loss reserve program for small businesses, residential or commercial property owners to enable them to make seismic safety upgrades and retrofits for their buildings. And under this program, the lender and borrower fees can be anywhere between 2 and 3.5%. And then CPC's contribution will be up to 4 times the lender fee, depending on the length of the loan. And then CPCFA's contribution for severely affected communities will be up to 2 times the lender fee. So it will be 2 times the lender fee if the loan term is for 60 months or less. And for other loans, the SAC contribution will be equal to the lender fee. And under this program, loans up to $250,000 can be enrolled for a maximum of 10 years. And based on the AB 1547 that Renee just reviewed, the following amendments are what are going to be made to the regulations regarding the Seismic Safety Program. The key one, it's no longer a requirement that an owner is also an occupant of a qualified building to be eligible for the program. Therefore, a qualified loan under the Seismic Safety Program can be used to finance passive real estate. An additional definition is strengthening of a building's lateral load resisting system is now included as an eligible loan purpose for seismic retrofit construction. And all the details about the program are found on our website, and those links are here on this slide. And next up is Bianca.
Good morning. This is Bianca Smith, and I'm going to talk about give you a brief overview about the CalCAP ADA program, which is intended to assist small business owners with financing the cost to alter or retrofit their existing facilities to comply with the requirements of the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act. The CalCAP ADA program has the following key features, and where the lender and borrower contribute between 2 and 3.5% to a loan loss reserve account, and CPCFA's contributions is 4 times the amount of the lender's fee. An additional amount equal to the lender's fee is provided by CPCFA for businesses located in severely affected communities. The maximum loan amount for this program is $50,000, and the loan loss coverage is for a maximum of 5 years. A newly implemented feature is the reimbursement for CASP report costs, which allows CPCFA to reimburse the small business owner for an amount equal to up to 5% of the CalCAP ADA enrolled loan amount to pay for the cost of the CASP report. We hope that the reimbursement for the cost of the CASP report will incentivize participation in this program and also compliance with the ADA laws. More information about the program, summary, lender manual, and forms can be found at the link provided below. As an update, we have launched the CalCAP ADA Borrowers webpage, which will help borrowers navigate this complex area of ADA compliance. It provides information on who qualifies for our program, how to apply for it, how to submit a CASP reimbursement request, and additional links which are beneficial to the borrower regarding the ADA compliance with federal law, regarding different resources available in California. They can also find certified access specialists and how to go about getting compliant with the law, and also what their rights are, different rights. So as our CalCAP ADA participating program is growing, we would like to invite you to sign up for this program as we anticipate more borrowers coming up. And with this, I'm going to hand it over to Jason.
Good morning. My name is Jason Bradley, Program Manager of the Electric Vehicle Charging Station Financing Program. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the EVCS financing program, then let you know where to find additional information. The EVCS program is a loan loss reserve program designed to encourage small businesses to install electric vehicle charging stations at their place of business. CPCFA makes all program contributions, meaning there are no lender and borrower fees in this program. Every loan enrolled in the program will receive a contribution of 20% of the loan amount. And in the event that the loan supports charging station installation in a disadvantaged community or in a multi-unit dwelling, the loan will receive an additional 10% contribution from CPCFA, bringing the maximum contribution for this program to 30% of the loan amount. A unique feature of the EVCS financing program is the borrower rebate. Once the loan is paid off, or after the loan has been enrolled in the program for 4 years, the borrower can qualify for a rebate of up to 15% of the loan amount. So to learn more about the program, please visit the EVCS financing program website. And if you have questions today, I'll be available at the end of the presentation to answer them. thank you. And I'm going to pass it on to Doreen to talk about the CalCAP program.
Okay, thank you, Jason. So as most of you know, our CalCAP Small Business Program is a loss reserve program which encourages banks and other financial institutions to make loans to small businesses that have difficulty obtaining financing. And under the Small Business Program, a small business is defined as a business that employs fewer than 500 full-time equivalent employees, has at least 51% of the employees or its income, sales, or payroll come from businesses in California, and business activity resulting from the loan must be created and retained in California. So the program ensures loans made to small businesses for the following loan purposes: land acquisition, construction or renovation of buildings, startup costs, equipment or inventory purchases, capital projects, and working capital. And then what I would like to remind you about is due to the wildfires in 2017 and 2018, CalCAP did declare certain counties as eligible as severely affected communities. So these fire-stricken areas are listed here on the date of the date that the governor declared a state of emergency in those counties, and each county is listed, and then the end date that CalCAP will be contributing the extra severely affected community contribution for those loans. And so if you're not indicating that the loan is eligible for severely affected community, CalCAP is going ahead and adding this additional contribution to your loan if it's in one of these counties during these dates. So this is just a reminder that these are eligible for the additional contribution. And with that, send it back to Bianca.
Thank you. So the CalCAP CARP program is our most desired program, apparently. We are proud to announce that at the end of September, we have enrolled 20,000 loans for this program. The program started in 2009 through a collaboration with the California Air Resources Board, and it's going very strong. This program helps small business owners retrofit trucks or upgrade trucks to become compliant with the bus and trucks regulations. And there's no fee coming from the borrower or the lender. There's a contribution that comes directly from the California Air Resources Board, and the thresholds are as follows: 14% contribution for the first $500,000 in total contributions into the loan loss reserve account, 7% of the loan amount in contribution for total contribution between $500,000 and $1.5 million. And then it goes down to 4% for contributions in the loan loss reserve account of over $1.5 million. More information about this program can be found at the link provided below, or you can send us an email into the CalCAP inbox, and we will reply as fast as we can. On the next slide, we want to give you some updates on the upcoming compliance with the bus and truck regulations. You can find some slides there, some charts, and as you can see from there, although it is still possible to currently finance a vehicle with a 2007 and 2009 model year engine, to become compliant with the truck and bus regulations after January 1st of 2023, vehicles would need an engine of 2010 or newer. So while the deadline appears to be far away, this is a heads up for you so that you can address your underwriting accordingly. We on the next slide, please. We anticipate, and it's totally likely, that the California Air Resources Board might restrict the ability to finance vehicles with 2007 and 2009 engines within the next 2 to 4 months as we renew our interagency agreement with this agency. Also wanted to let you know that compliance with the truck and bus regulations will be required for DMV registration renewals starting in 2020. So that might bring also a heavier burden on the business owners, which will look for financing to become compliant. Otherwise, they can't register their vehicles. So more information on that one as well you can find on our webpage. The link is provided below. And we also have launched a new borrower's webpage. You can find the link there. There's important information for all the borrowers on how to apply, who qualifies, how to maintain their proper functioning of the vehicles, and additional links from CARB's web page that will help them with regulations and other important information provided by the Air Resources Board. As a reminder, I also want to let you know that we are now allowing warranties on eligible equipment to be included within the CalCAP CARB loan financing. All you have to do is include the word warranty on the loan enrollment, and also provide a copy of the warranty with your submission, with your loan submission. Another reminder is about the eligibility for CalCAP CARB loan enrollment of electric trucks, as well as trucks with engines using compressed natural gas or liquefied natural gas or any other fuels. And with this, I'm going to hand it over to Doreen.
Okay, thank you. Our collateral support program is a program that pledges cash to cover a collateral shortfall of a loan in order to enable financing that otherwise might not be available to a small business. And under the collateral support program, an eligible borrower must be considered a small business under the U.S. Small Business Administration. They must employ 750 employees or fewer. The majority of the business activity must take place in California. Eligible uses of the loan proceeds are any tangible or intangible asset purchase, which includes construction, renovation, or improvements of an eligible place of business, startup costs, working capital, franchise fees, equipment, inventory, and bridge loans prior to the borrower obtaining permanent financing or support. And if you have any questions about this program or would like an overview training, please let us know. And with that, I'll send it back to Bianca.
Okay. Thank you. We just wanted to provide you a CalCAP recapture update. As you remember, we introduced the recapture back in 2017. And in the chart, you can find the amount of contributions that we have recaptured for 2017 and for 2018 from the specific pots of money: state contributions, federal, and CARB contributions. Hold on. What else? As a reminder, all these contributions that were recaptured from each program will go back into the same program to be used for future enrollments. And now we can go to the next slide. And as you remember, we have been talking for a while about the web online loan enrollment. I want to let you know that we are in the final testing And this online enrollment application will be open to all lenders at the end of October to mid-November. Right now, we have 3 lenders that are really testing strongly, submitting all their applications so we can fix all the little issues that might pop up. Also, we're gonna, going forward, you can either sign up and submit your enrollments online, or you can still follow the traditional way of submitting through the CalCAP inbox. And we're gonna leave this feature available for a while to see for your benefit of whatever works better for you. We also going to provide technical assistance and training on request. And now I'm going to hand it over to Doreen.
Okay, as a reminder about CalCAP training, CalCAP does offer training for newly enrolled lenders, and refreshers are suggested and highly encouraged for existing lenders, especially when you bring new employees on board. And so what we would like to know from you is which programs you would like to see more training on, and would you like additional training on the proper completion of loan enrollment forms and the order of submission of the forms. Also, do you have any suggestions on how any of our forms can be improved, or any suggestions at all? We really encourage refreshing and training and would like to hear from you.
And I also want to talk about California Air Resources Board one-stop events. And these are events organized by CARP throughout the year in different locations where fleet owners, operators who attend a one-day workshop can find information regarding regulation, updates, compliance assistance, and clean air technology options. Attendance to these events are free, and we would encourage you as a lender to participate because, as I said, attendance is free. You can promote your business and while having a table there and exhibiting all your programs. CARB is also planning to set a comprehensive schedule of events and has asked us to seek lender input. So please expect a Google survey in the mail coming soon to your inbox. And now I'm going to hand it over to Janie to talk about our outreach efforts.
Good morning. CalCAP's outreach team has participated in a variety of outreach events this summer to market the CalCAP ADA and seismic specialty programs in advance of the statutory and regulatory changes that Renee, Bianca, and Doreen talked about earlier in the webinar. The future of the CalCAP seismic safety program is bright. Local government, nonprofits, and most importantly, our borrowers are gaining access and awareness about the potential for the program to make an impact statewide. We receive calls weekly from property owners inquiring about the program, and as a result of early in the program outreach to Southern California cities with seismic retrofit ordinances, we have attended a number of events held in the city of Los Angeles. Most recently, Elena attended the Financing Community Resilience event hosted by the Federal Reserve in coordination with Enterprise Community and the LA Mayor's Office. Financing is a critical component to advancing community resilience, and Elena was pleased to have been invited to introduce CalCAP seismic safety to the discussion centered around financing community resilience. On behalf of the CalCAP ADA program, CPCFA staff has participated in several Americans with Disability Act small business workshops offered by local legislators geared to help small businesses in their communities address ADA compliance issues. Most recently, at the invitation of Senator Jim Frazier, we attended a workshop in Discovery Bay, as well as others in Jurupa Valley and Moreno Valley, organized by the offices of Senator Richard Roth and Assemblymember Sabrina Cervantes. At these workshops, CPCFA staff presented the CalCAP ADA program alongside representatives from the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, the Division of State Architect, and the California Commission on State Access. The California Commission on Disability Access. Workshop attendees have included chambers of commerce, community small businesses, and local government officials. At the Jurupa Valley event, translation and interpretation was provided for Spanish-speaking business owners, and CPCFA now has those materials available if there's potential borrowers that you have that might be interested or in need of Spanish translation of our materials. We have that for the CalCAP ADA program. Just last week, CalCAP's outreach team attended a special two-day summit designed for expert-level public and private building officials, architects, and inspectors to learn about updates to the accessibility codes and standards. CalCAP staff took advantage of this rare opportunity to spread the word about the statutory and regulatory updates and to learn firsthand how CalCAP and local government building officials are sharing information about the CalCAP ADA program with the businesses in their communities. We learned that the CalCAP ADA one-pager is provided as a resource at several local government permitting counters across the state, and that certified access specialists are including a link to our program in their CASP inspection reports. We attend events where we're invited, but also are looking for your feedback from our CalCAP lenders about how we can further our outreach efforts, especially as our specialized programs get off the ground, by helping us identify outreach opportunities in the communities that you do business with. We appreciate your feedback on that, and we're also interested in learning about which lenders would be interested in attending outreach events along with us. So if you can email us and let us know if you'd like to attend and which programs you're interested in attending for. When we do get these invitations, we can reach out to you and see if you're available to help or attend along with us, because it always helps. There's questions from the borrowers, for the businesses about, what the lenders are looking for. We always provide a lender list wherever we attend for each program, but it would be great to have you there in person. Please let us know if you have what ideas you have for us. Thanks.
Okay, that concludes our prepared slides. Just give us a moment so we can check the chat room and see if we have any questions or comments. Let's see, we have a question. Can we have this slide deck sent over to our email so we can print out and jot down notes throughout the webinar? Sorry about that. But the slide deck will be posted on our webpage following this presentation. Let's see. Another piece of feedback, quarterly reporting would be a lot more efficient if we had a lender portal to see the loans once enrolled versus receiving the documents via snail mail. Thank you. So I don't know, Bianca, I don't know if you can speak to the new web app to quickly describe what the lender's ability to see their enrolled loans and approvals in real time will be?
They can see once the loan is submitted and once it's approved, if it is approved, they can see that. We can work with IT to see how to better provide these requested features, but also we can also change our procedures to send for now, while we're still receiving applications in the CalCAP inbox, to send the approval by email to the email provided by the lender. That would be option.
Great, good. Thanks for checking into that, Bianca. Question. What is the additional contribution amount for areas impacted by fires? The severely affected community amount is equal to the severely affected community amount previous to our designation of the wildfire impacted areas as severely affected communities. We added additional contributions for those areas with low, or I should say higher than average unemployment rates. And so that same percentage, which is typically equal to the lender fee for each program, will be added for areas that are in counties designated by the governor as a disaster area as a result of wildfire. And we've been updating that designation over the past year, and we are keeping those designations as they are added active for up to a year after the governor's designation of a given county. Another question about the collateral support program. Can lines of credit under the cash collateral program be enrolled for more than 1 year if they are subject to recapture, of course? The answer is yes. And we have a 4-year maximum that a line of credit can be re-enrolled for. We do have an additional fee for each year that the line of credit is re-enrolled for, and all that information is on in our collateral support lender's manual. But the quick answer is yes, up to 4 years for the line of credit. That's all of the questions that we have, and we really appreciate your attendance. If you have additional questions, let's see, we have another one. I appreciate you answering my question, but your answer was extremely vague. As a lender, we need to understand the full contribution amount if we are to accurately gauge the extent of risk we're willing to take. Yes, and what I want to say is that each program, as was revealed during the this presentation and the quick overviews of each program, has slightly different contribution factors for each program. And so I do want to refer you to the lender manual for each program. I think the best way to help you would be for you to call an analyst after the conclusion of this webinar, and we can walk you through the programs that you're participating in so you can get the specific information by program that's applicable to the loans that you enroll. All right, thank you all very much for your attendance. And again, if you have any follow-up questions that were generated by this presentation, please reach out either to the CalCAP inbox, which is here on this last slide, or the analyst that you usually work with, and we'd be happy to walk you through those issues. Thank you very much. Thank you for your participation in CalCAP, and we're here for you anytime you need us.